Welcome to TCS TechBytes, a fantastic quiz organized by the Board for IT Education Standards, Karnataka, and Tata Consultancy Services. TCS is a leading IT services, consulting, and business solutions organization that has always supported knowledge initiatives such as this. TCS TechBytes is an initiative to help students understand technology better and, in the process, help them enhance their lateral thinking, inculcate a spirit of competition, and drive to excel. From its humble beginnings in 2010, the quiz has since gone on to become the premier platform to enhance awareness and confidence levels of aspiring engineers while ensuring they stay in sync with the newest developments from the world of technology.
So welcome to TCS TechBytes, the Bangaluru regional final. We have completed quite a few regional finals to reach this regional final here today. Okay, this is a collaboration between BYTES, which is a Government of Karnataka initiative, and TCS, created specifically for the engineering students of our state of Karnataka. Okay, no other state, no other engineering student of any other state takes part. Unless, of course, you're studying in Karnataka. We know there are quite a few students outside of Karnataka who belong to other states but study in Karnataka. All of them are welcome to take part. So let me quickly go over the route map for you. Can we have the route map on screen? All right, so those are the 6 regions to which TCS TechBytes goes, but those are only the regions, but the students come from all across the state of Karnataka. We have already completed the 5 regions, and today we are at the Bangaluru regional final. All right, all of them have gone through their own prelim, they've completed their regional final, and I have identified the winner in each and every regional final, who will today take part in the state final. Let me quickly tell you about the prizes before we go into the prelim here today. All of you have the chance to get here today, provided you do well in your prelim and your regional final and then in the state final. All right, so this is all about TCS TechBytes. Let me quickly go over the rules and then we will come to the prelim, all right? All of you have an answer sheet, yes? All right, now this is an individual event. You cannot take part as a team, all right? Most of the on-ground quizzes in the past used to be a team event, but TCS TechBytes this year is a phygital event. It's partly digital and partly physical, which is why the digital event has been as an individual participation, and the physical, the ground event today, will continue to be an individual event, okay? 20 questions is what I have. I will not repeat the question. Please understand, I will not go over all the 20 questions again. If you have missed or if you've forgotten the answer for a question, write a small little keyword next to the question number. I will give you 30 seconds of time at the end of the 20 questions. At that point, you can go back and fill in your answers, okay? For now, we don't have the time to repeat the 20 questions, so please ensure that you've written your keywords wherever necessary. If I am too fast with the prelim, let me know. I will try not to be way too fast with the questions, all right? If all of you are ready, let's start the prelim. Identify this great Indian. He did a lot of work in terms of physics. People to upload videos of themselves talking about their dreams. Call ho na ho. At the bottom it says, stop dialing for delivery. Stop dialing for delivery, I said, and I said an app. Just think. Let's move on to question number 4, coming up on your screen now. Chris Anderson, he said, it's long enough to be serious and short enough to hold people's attention. It turns out that this length also works much like the way Twitter forces people to be disciplined in what they write. What is he talking about? It's a platform that all of us have access to. It's a free access platform. The founder began tutoring his cousin Nadia in mathematics over the internet. And he used Yahoo's Doodle Notepad. This is the origin of which company? Which company follows the policy that all employees, including the CEO, must spend 2 days every 2 years working at the service process? The company launched Too Good. An e-commerce platform was selling refurbished goods. They refurbish goods and they sell. Which company launched this Too Good, this platform? Think India. I'm helping you out with the answer. Your geographies. Think India. It was designed to be the Amazon Echo killer. What am I talking about? All of us know Amazon Echo, right? So this was codenamed as Chirp. What am I talking about? A product. I'm talking about a product, but which specific product am I talking about? I've also given you the type of product because it was designed to be a huge competition for Amazon Echo. Ratna Awards were instituted by Government of India to recognize exemplary e-government initiatives in the government sector. What were the awards rebranded as? They were renamed. It has a new name now. The Web Ratna Awards has a new name now. What is that new name? 2-word answer, like Web Ratna, 2-word answer. The third word, of course, is awards. Give me the first 2 words. His name is John Carmack. I don't want his name. I'm giving you his name. John Carmack. Which VR company was he the CTO of? He was the CTO, that's the Chief Technology Officer, of a huge VR company. Rediscovering Microsoft's soul and imagining a better future. Identify the author. They are the identity of a company. Which company am I talking about? King of the Cabbage World, Tiny Thief, Retry, Nibblers, and Battle Bay are all games by which video game developers? Whisplex, Pearl, Kata are all Dash technologies. There is a hyphen in the answer. There is a small hyphen, small dash in the answer. Technically a hyphenated word. They are the founders. Identify the company. Again, a company you all know. You all can't be using technology and not know this company. Mike the llama is the mascot of which popular software? That animal is called llama. His name is Mike. Okay? So Mike the llama is a mascot of a certain software. Which popular software am I talking about? If you're into music, you know this. The last one coming up on your screen is question 20. Here we go. Identify the company from this Greek mythological creature. All right, those were your 20 questions. Volunteers will come to you and collect. Do not get up from where you're sitting. Please just hold your answer sheet out. Volunteers, please collect the answer sheets. Our host for the day requires no introduction. I'm sure some of you have quizzed with him and also seen many of the quizzes that he's hosted in the past. He's hosted over 3,000 quizzes in our country and abroad. He's also been the host of TCS TechBytes from the time it started, from its inception. May I please request Big Brain?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you to young Rashmi for hosting the Prelim. For all of us, it's like a comeback to on-stage quizzing. So there was an era when I would do the Prelim, I would do the Bangalore final, I would do the state final. But I think we need to get used to that velocity now. So I was happy she was in town to actually share the load with me. And of course, she's done all the other regional rounds. Quick welcome to all of you, and like she said, we'd like to keep this learning experience quick and fast. So I'm going to start with the answers to the preliminary questions, and then we get on with the Bangaluru final. The winner of the Bangaluru final will literally stay back on stage to be joined by 5 other champions who are with us here today from different parts of Karnataka. So that's really the landscape of the contest. Roughly, to give you an idea of the time span, each quiz would take roughly about half an hour. So you will learn a lot. At the end of the day, you're engineering students and you would want to know things, not just what's taught in the classrooms, but what's also outside of your classrooms. So I would strongly urge all of you to enjoy the quiz, not whether you make it to the final or you don't make it to the final. That's immaterial. And of course, if your college is on stage, do encourage them to do well. For the moment, let me start with the answers to Rashmi's preliminaries that we had here today. The great Indian on the Google Doodle, the astrophysicist that she showed, I thought that was too much of a clue to give. But the answer was Chandrasekhar, S. Chandrasekhar. Then came YouTube. The third one on the app was Zomato. Then we had the length being an ideal duration, the 18 minutes being explained by Chris Anderson, a TED Talk. That was a good crafty question from her. Then came, which I thought was an easy one youngster teaching mathematics to his relative using Google, and what resulted from that was Khan Academy. I think that was well crafted, but I thought, nice question. Then came Amazon, where everybody has to sit in the customer service desk to understand customer pains, and that's the way you will build an e-commerce company. So that's a clever move. And then, of course, Xiaomi, Flipkart, those were easy. Chirp, the Amazon Echo killer, was Google Home. Snapchat, I think, was easy. Digital India Awards, I think those are things everyone got right. Then came Oculus VR. The book Hit Refresh, Satya Nadella, I think again a lot of you got that right. ViewSonic, I'm being honest, I was sitting there trying to answer the questions. I did not get ViewSonic, the birds. It kept irritating me, but I then Googled and checked. The answer was ViewSonic, but I did not get it while I was sitting there. Rovio, I think, was easy, that was workable. Visiplex, Pearl, and Carta are all Dash technologies. I think that was a very good question. E-ink technologies. Today we all read digitally. We don't realize that there is something called e-ink, which actually powers our digital reading. Good question from Rashmi. Sense and Simplicity, that was a huge design thinking project, so I knew about that. Philips, the answer. From the world of Gordon Moore and Robert Noyce, Intel, Winamp, and finally from the picture of Pegasus, the answer was Asus. So from Pegasus, the computer Asus gets its name. You did not get marks if you wrote Pegasus. You were not asked to identify the horse or the winged creature. You were asked to give a brand name. So 6 individuals representing their college will qualify into our final here, and it's my pleasure to call them on stage before we start this Bangaluru final of TCS TechBytes. It's of course a beautiful collaboration for over a decade between Tata Consultancy Services and the Board of IT Education Standards, Government of Karnataka. So we'll get started with the Bangaluru final of TCS TechBytes. On table number 1, Dheeraj from BNMIT. On table 2, Hemant from Ambedkar Institute, Kirtana from SJBIT, Chandrachud from PES, Pranav from RVCE, and Darshan from Global Academy. Starting, of course, with the first of our rounds. I will explain the rules when we get to each of the rounds, and then you can play out the game. For now, we'll get started with the first frontier of our game, Tech Monitor. On your screen, here it is. All right, now how do we play the first round? We go to each contestant, and for each contestant, you will get 6 pictures on your screen. Out of the 6 pictures, 4 of them are correct. You have to tell me which 2 are wrong and the overall logic. So if you get 1 correct, then you get 25 points. If you get 2 correct, you get 50. If you get all the 3 right, you get 75. It does not pass, it's individual specific. Starting with our first finalist, Dheeraj. And we have an example just to show you. Here we go. There you are. Anybody in the audience wants to play this? 2 mistakes, or not mistakes, 2 which does not fit into the logic. You can tell me which 2 numbers. Anybody? You want to try, young man? Win an audience prize as well? No? You don't know the answer? No, Rashmi, you can't try. Can't allow Rashmi to answer. Anyone else? All right, let me get that because I'm going to try and be quick on time. In the interest of time, number 2, which is Mr. Mukundan, would be wrong, so you get a red mark. If it is correct, you will get a green mark. Let's click, on Mr. Kohli, and that's a green. So those were the 2 attempts you would have got, okay? The overall connection is all people who have been CEO of TCS. All right? So if you look at 1, 4, 5, and 3, all of them would have been, of course, Mr. Mukundan is from Tata Chemicals and Mr. Narendran is from Tata Steel. So those 2 are the wrong answers. But you will get 3 attempts, 25 points for every correct answer, no negative marking. Starting with you, question number 1, Dheeraj, here we go. All of this overall answer will lead you to a person. First tell me, what are the wrong ones? Not so tough according to me. Yes, into your mic. Just speak, it's on.
6th Amazon.com.
You're saying Amazon is wrong, okay. Clever, he's got 25. There's one more which doesn't fit into the logic.
Second one, Groupon.
Groupon, you're saying is wrong. Oh, lovely, he's got a 50. What's your logic? Logic is a person, or a little more than that, you can tell me. If you get the logic right, you get an added bonus 25. So now you got to tell me 1, 4, 5, 3, what is common? Because you know those are all correct. That's application of knowledge. Yes, not trying. You don't lose anything, so you can try.
So I guessed Amazon.com from its logo.
As a mistake, okay. But what's the overall connection? No clue? You're running out of time. All right, he'll get a 50. The overall connection would have been Pierre Omidyar. I think number 3 was a big clue. That's the Omidyar network logo. So all the others are founded by Omidyar. But he'll get a 50. Put your hands together for him. Very good start. As we go to our second contestant from the Dr. Ambedkar Institute, Hemant, your question on your screen now. All right, there are your 6 options flashing on screen. You got to pick the 2 wrong ones first. Okay. Not so tough.
Number
your
4.
Overall, no, I'm giving you the overall answer because your overall answer in this context would be a game.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, that's correct. So you don't get a 25. You got to be fast, guys. 5 seconds.
Number 1.
Number 1 is also correct, so he doesn't score. Do you know the overall game? All right, he's missed on that. He's going to kick himself. The answer is rather simple. Anyone in the audience by any chance? You're saying what? 5? Okay, 5 and? No, not 3. 5 and? 6. Okay. So what game connects 1, 2, 3, 4? Very popular game. Temple Run, lovely. Clever thinking. Well, very, very well played. Temple Run is absolutely correct. That's Keith Shepherd, Natalia. After that, of course, everything will be easy. I can't pronounce that guy's name, but I think it's Tagowich or something like that. Well tried, though. It's not easy to put your head together to draw the connections. To the young lady, the lone lady on stage, Kirtana, all the best. And on your screen, here it is. Okay. Your overall answer is a huge animation studio. Very large animation movie production studio. That's the overall answer. So you have to pick two wrong ones. So you got Open Subdiv, you've got USD, you've got Open Timeline IO, you got RenderMan, popular. Then you got Render Pixie, and then you got Accusys. You got to pick two quickly.
Can I go with number 6?
Number 6. We'll give you 25 points. Good one. You can pull that mic a little closer. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to bend. One more.
Open sub.
It's a toss-up, actually. Similar.
If you could, can you read what is under USD?
What is under USD?
Like the small print, yeah.
Universal something something.
I should have got my glasses.
Yeah, same here. And given that I would be twice your age, you better read and don't ask me to read it.
Timeline IO, input output. Can I go with that? It is rendering, so.
Go on, give it a shot. Unless you also know the overall answer, which is Animation Studio, which is your third shot. Young lady, you got to be fast.
I'll go with 3.
You want to go with 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Overall answer, Animation Movie Studio.
Yes. So I knew about RenderMan. I knew about Render Pixie. I knew about Render Pixie. Also the.
So the overall company would be what?
A video editing.
Name of a big company I want. Animation Studio. Movie Production Animation Studio. No?
Pixel.
Lovely. Oh, put your hands together for her. She's got it. She'll get a 50. That Pixar came with a quiet question mark after that, but she still got that right. Oh, well, put your hands together for her. She really worked that out. And you know what was actually wrong, which was the googly in that? Render Pixie is not from Pixar. It sounds like a Pixar name, which is why we put that. It's actually a googly. But let's move to the other side, to the young lad from PES. If you're ready, on your screen, Chandrachud. Now, your overall answer is an introduction of an important technology. 2 wrong answers, 4 right. Go ahead.
I guess 1.
You're going on 1. Okay, that's a miss.
And 5.
He's going on 5. Overall?
This is the internet, basically.
Is correct. He got the overall right. NASA had nothing to do with the creation of the internet, and the Homeland Security Department had nothing. It was actually the US Army or the Armed Forces and the Navy that worked, but he'll still get a 25 because he knew the overall answer, but he looks disappointed. He's like, man, I knew the overall, but I couldn't work backwards. As we go to our next contestant, Pranav RVCE. Your choices, young man, on your screen now. There you go. The overall connection is the world of barcodes. Now, you got to work the logic for me.
I'll say what's the name written there? And 2?
Sorry?
George? Okay.
George.
Horror.
I might have it here.
I'll say
Laura.
5. I'll say 5.
You will say 5, which is Listerine. Good. 25.
I'll say 2.
You'll go with 2. Okay, so you got a 25.
I'll say the company that it connects to is Philco, because Philco bought the barcodes earlier. So I'll say Philco is the overall.
50. Put your hands together for him. Oh. Clever, crafty, and he knew what he was talking. The only other one you missed out was Kit Kat. If you knew Wrigley's, then Kit Kat was the dummy there. So now he's smiling. He says, oh yeah, I should have figured that out. Kit Kat was the dummy. Wrigley was the world's first product to have a barcode. Today, there's pretty much nothing without a barcode. Final one to Global Academy's Darshan on your screen now. It will lead you to an operating system.
Third one?
He's gone for the third one, okay. It's not a Netscape operating system. Clever, 25. Now that you got 3, it should not be difficult to get the next one. Let's see.
Sixth one?
He's going for Othello, okay. Messed on that. He's going to kick himself, but yeah, overall answer, no. So he gets a 25. You got Netscape. If you got Netscape right, then right next to it was Mozilla. So that would also be wrong, logically speaking. The answer, therefore, was from Telenor. Opera is what I was looking for. So he'll get himself, nonetheless, a 25. One round done here. Put your hands together. They're all playing the game well. And we're going to get started into the round where we get into the buzzers. And, all right, hold on. Don't touch anything. We'll just wait for the yes. Now, quickly, table 1, if you could just press any switch. 1 second. She's gone for it. Team 1. Yep. Okay. Team 2. Lovely. Team 4. Good. 5. Wait. Wait, guys. 5. Okay. You want to try again? All right. And in case your lights don't blink, I has all the lights, so don't worry about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the game goes on to the buzzer and the pace of the game will increase. We'll take a look at the scores at the end of the next round. All right, moving on to the second round here today. It's time for Tech Curiosity. Here it is. All right, I'm going to ask you 6 questions. If you get it right on the buzzer, you get a plus 50. You get it wrong, you get a minus 50. Whoever presses the buzzer gets to attempt it first, and only 1 attempt is allowed, and all are interconnected buzzers. You'll know that only too well. So on Tech Curiosity, starting with the first one, hands on the buzzer, question on your screen now. This is an important entity which has changed. He's gone for it, is Pranav.
I'll say Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Ooh, he'll take a minus 50 on that. That's pay you money. Well, he'll take a negative on that, but he's shaking his head and saying, okay, I still went with the U. On to the next one, hands on the buzzer. The pace begins to grow as we go to the next one. On screen now. This is an important gaming company. It's called Dreamcast. Which company gives you Dreamcast? Famous gaming giant. 4 letters for an answer. Ooh. No one on the buzzer? Well, someone's gone for it. He's giving it a shot.
Sega.
It's plus 50. Oh. I think he did more crossword puzzles than quiz. It's like 4 letters, what else could it be? As we go to the next one on your screens, now. 4 letters for an answer, whose educational initiative in India is Aramb. It's an American, largely PC and laptop giant, but they're actually giving PCs for schools across India. Again, 4 letters for an answer. Nobody taking a chance? Huge computer giant from the US. known to you more for their laptops. She's giving it a shot. Yes, go ahead, Kirtana.
Is it Dell?
Lovely. She gets a 50 on the Dell, and the battle's beginning to grow as we go to the next question on your screens now. This is a brand frequently spoken about by Airtel. What is this brand called? Indian service provider Airtel often speaks about this. He's giving it a shot.
Okla?
Lovely. Oh, beautifully played. He'll get himself a 50 is Darshan. Everyone's scoring now, and he gets a 50 on table number 6. 2 questions remaining. On to the penultimate one. Here it is. What was introduced and called refereeing 2.0? Today it's a very common feature, especially in a particular sport. And the world watched it in 2022. What are we talking about? Today, of course, multiple sports. Yes, go ahead, Pranav.
Okay, so do you need a specific thing, or I'm just going to take next for this, but I'll just say this is the one in football. I'm not getting the name. I'll just take next.
Explain what happens.
Yeah, so basically this thing checks the offside in football. So that's what I'm going with. Checking the offside. It starts with V, but virtual something. But basically checking the offside in football. So that's how this technology started. It's called refereeing 2.0.
He knows everything else other than what an engineer should know. But plus 50, put your hands together for him. He's got that right. It's the virtual assistant referee, which is called the VAR system. But it started identifying people, so the offsides became a very tricky game. In fact, you saw great teams struggling in the first 2 matches because technology started playing. Now the no ball in IPLs and other matches are also controlled by this software. So technology making sport fairer. That is so important. In fact, if you really looked at the World Cup, you would have understood so many goals were disallowed because otherwise human errors would have allowed those goals. But beautifully answered. Here's the last one on this round on your screen now. This is an operating system which is defunct. A particular mobile manufacturing giant actually created this as a proprietary to compete with Apple's Safari. Which mobile operating system is this, or which companies? Either or is okay. Huge answer. It's defunct now or replaced now. He's going for it, is Darshan?
BlackBerry?
Oh, well, BlackBerry is defunct, so it's not a bad try. But mine is 50 to you. This is Bada from Samsung. Well, we'll take a look at the scores as we're going to move into the third frontier. And from here, the pace will be even faster. And of course, the tension will begin to build because here is how the Bangalore final is looking. On 100 is Kirtana, and she's in the lead at this point in time because the others have taken negatives. PES represented by Chandrachud is on 75, 2 of them on 50 from RVC and BNMIT, and Darshan on 25. So that's the lineup of the scores as we move into the next frontier of our game here. Tech Circuit coming up now. So you're going to get multiple clues on your screen. You've got to figure an overall answer. Scoring pattern remains the same. Plus 50, minus 50. 4 questions common to you. Starting with the first one now. All these will connect you to something important. Louis Morato on your screen. The rest of it would all take you into the travel business. And an answer. Nobody going for it. 5 seconds of time. All right, I think I'm going to... Anyone in the audience? Travel software business, if you knew that. Yeah, is that a hand up? No, he's just stretching. Okay, no problem. That's allowed in a quiz. All right, the answer is Amadeus. Amadeus is one of the world's biggest softwares for travel bookings and travel back-end tracking. As we go to the next one on your screen, this should be a quick hit. Here we go. Grey ball, auto, an important man on your screen, his name is Dara. Kroshwa Shahi, he's going for it, is Chandrachud, yes?
Uber.
Well played. Beautiful, oh, he got a cracker on that, he got the connections, he's got Uber right. And Chandrachud will get a 50 on that as we go to the next one on your screens now. Your generation, he's gone for it.
Shazam.
Shazam. Explain, what did you know?
That's Shazam, and then Shazam is owned by Apple, and if you dial 2580, it takes you to the app and it listens to the music and...
Excellent. He'll get a 50. That's a cracker of an answer and a well-deserved 50. He knew everything about it. As we go to the last one in this round on screen now. A mode of transport. The Lowell police were the first ones to have a huge tie-up for this mode of transport. Drift.
I'll just guess Segways.
He's playing now in style and scoring 50 after 50. 3 back-to-back hits by him. He straight away moved into the lead, and we'll take a look after the next round. But for the moment, we'll move on to Tech Unlimited. Here it is. So in this round, what you're going to do is you're going to get a sort of a definition with a few blocks or chips, as we call it. The number of chips indicate the number of letters in your answer, just to help you get the drift right. Plus 50, minus 50, one answer. Starting with the first one on the buzzer, 4 in all. Here we go. I am a device that is connected to a computer to allow access to wireless broadband or the use of protected software.
A router.
We'll give you a minus 50 is technical definition of a dongle. A dongle is what I was looking for. And the next one coming up on your screen now. Written by Mike Moose in 1983 during his employment at Ballistic Research Laboratory, he created a tool to troubleshoot problems in an IP network. The word is a simple one that is actually used in underwater sound tracking. And we often do this to track on an IP network. He's giving it a shot.
Ping.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. He's got it. Ping. And 50 more to him. Suddenly he's beginning to dominate this final. As we go to the third question in this round on your screen now. It was the first self-service version that was fully operational, created by Moray Lab in 1977. It became a very modern way for people to access information by themselves. What is this device called? You'll often find it at railway stations, malls, airports. Use it by yourself. Someone's gone for it. He's giving it a shot again. Chandrachud.
Kiosk.
50 again. Oh, he's really thinking and thinking well. The others, I think, are being a little hesitant to hit the buzzers. As we go to the final question in this round on your screen now. A region of memory that's used to temporarily hold data while it's moving from one place to another. And the process when the temporary data is being searched is called something, and sometimes that can take a lot of time.
Buffer.
Darshan?
Buffer.
Buffer, 50. Everyone's playing well. We'll take a look at the scores here. One round to go. I think I have no doubt in my mind that Chandrachud is way ahead and probably wanting to get to that. Oh, look at that scorecard. 325. Well, that's like RCB in its first match. Just went blazing on all guns. Kirtana's in the second spot. She probably wants to hold on to it, but you got to win this game to get to the state final. Only the winner goes through. And the battle's beginning to build for that position of pride. Dheeraj on 50 and Darshan on 75. And honestly, the scoreboard is not doing justice to Pranav. He's done far better than what that scoreboard shows. He's really, gained and lost, which is why he's on nil. We move to the final frontier of this game with 200 points at stake in the final frontier. So Chandrachud will just be careful early on and then know that he is into the state final. The final 4 questions in the final frontier, tech agility. Here it is. On the final frontier, I'm going to read out the questions to you, 4 of them. If you stop me while I'm reading the question, you're telling me you know the answer, so I'll stop reading. 50 the value, minus 50, 1 attempt. All right, question number 1. In the modern world today, most of our digital displays are OLEDs. TV screens, computer monitors, all of them. What does OLED stand for? Simple.
I mean, I have nothing to lose, so I'll just...
You have nothing to lose. That's a good attitude, yes.
Yeah, I'll just say something like optical liquid or something. Optic something. LED stands for what? D is display. L is liquid. So something.
You sound like an advertising guy in engineering. Yeah, creativity is very high.
So optic or optical LED. So OLED stands for that. I don't.
Minus 50. Yeah. But I like his attitude. Give him a round of applause. He's saying, yeah, I mean, so what? The courage to answer is more important than whether you're right or wrong. It's organic light emitting diode. So, no, it can happen. Some advertising professionals are very good engineers. So don't worry. Life will take you in some direction. On to the next question. Here we go. Hands on the buzzer. The Boss Linux is a big Linux distribution that was actually developed by CDAC to benefit free open source software in India. What does B stand for in the operating system solution? What does the B significantly stand for? The name was coined specifically by CDAC to benefit free open source software promotions in India. What does the B stand for? It can't get simpler than this.
Again, blockchain.
This is excessive thinking engineering.
Yeah,
the answer is Bharat. Well, I mean, that is what I call overthinking, Suddenly you start thinking, but he's having fun, we are having fun. 2 questions to go. The clever one in all of this is Chandrachud. He's sitting quietly and saying, I'm not going to take any negatives. I'm into the state final. That's what matters. So is Kirtana. She says, it's okay, I can't catch up with him. At least I'll finish in a very credible second position. Penultimate one. Here we go. Maxisma, M-A-C-S-Y-M-A, is a programming language that enables one to do programs with what? Logarithms or algebra? It's a big thing in the field of math. He's gone for it.
Algebra.
Perfect. He's got that absolutely right. He'll get himself a 50. I always wonder why these were not there when I was in school. I struggled sufficiently with my algebra. Anyway, final question. He's certainly into the state final. But final question, here we go. We all keep talking of HDDs. What's the full form? She's gone for it, and she's taken the risk when she's in the second place. HDD.
One second.
HDD. Quickly, you do not have time.
Hard disk drive.
Hard
Disk drive.
will give her another 50. All right. We'll take a look at the final scores here in the Bangaluru final. It's really, really nice to see all of you back to ground quizzing. It's not only us, it's also you. And we should thank Tata Consultancy Services for bringing this quiz back to the stage where it belongs. And of course, now it's a blended version, which is good because you can take part in the preliminary rounds from where you want. We'll take a look at the final scores. TCS TechBytes, the Bangaluru final, with 325. Well, he marches into that final in style. He really swept 2 rounds. So PES University, emerging champions of Bangaluru. Kirtana from SJBIT with 150 did a very smart thing. She knew, this is what you call presence of mind. She knew the moment Dheeraj got that right, that there was a tie, and she wanted that 50, so she was moved to 150. Dheeraj played well to get algebra right, but it didn't force a tiebreaker. And my heart really goes out to Darshan and to Pranav for really enjoying this final. You played the way you play it, and sometimes the scores don't show the way you played. But ladies and gentlemen, truly appreciate all the 6 of them for qualifying into this final. And we'll move straight into our prize distribution here for the Bangalore round of the final. We've of course got one prize to be given, which is to our champion. But let me begin by first inviting our chief guest for this round, the principal of SJBIT, Dr. Mahendra Prashant. And while I request his presence on stage, I would also like to request Mr. Srinivas Ramanujam from Tata Consultancy Services, member of the Bytes committee, to join him and accompany the principal. All right, can I request, you got a bouquet for the principal? A small token for Mr. Srinivas Ramanujam and for Mr. Kodur. The champion of Bangalore from PES University, put your hands together for Chandrachud. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bangalore champion, put your hands together for him. All right, can I request the 5 of you to please come in for Bangalore finalist photograph? All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, sir.